I'll be right with you. I've got a package. Weird shape. Oh. Where's this? Ow. It is an expansion to Spirit Island. That's actually, it's not an expansion, it's the Deluxe Invader board. Of a board game. That. Oh! Are we streaming? Let's double check to make sure we're actually streaming. It appears that we are streaming. That's perfect. Let's tweet out that we're streaming, and then we'll be ready. Ah, my tea's so hot. We are live on https such as twitch.tv/BoredGamer UK. Come say hi as we prepare for the IAE 2952. Hashtag BoredGamer. Hashtag Star Citizen. Hashtag IAE 2952, I suppose. Boom. And then let's also put that up on the Discord. And then I think we're ready. If you'd like to ask a question during the stream, question in brackets. Let's close all this down. Close all this down. Leave that up and running. Bring this over here. Actually, bear with me 2 seconds, because a video I just compiled is ready. And it's... Oh, no, that's the top of my head. No! Actually, I have to do it from there. Oh, no. Everyone's gonna... The magic is ruined. Hi. Hey. Let us go to media source and change this video to... That's in stream roll. We're gonna go into this drive. Gonna go to whatever this new video was. On my desktop? I assume it's this one? Let's assume it's this one. Oh no. Oh no. What? Why have you done this? Transform. Hit the screen? Perfect. There we go. That'll work. That'll do it. Hello and welcome to some more Star Citizen on BoredGamer. Hello. On stream. I'm wearing a particularly unfestive Christmas jumper. I mean, it's a black turtleneck jumper. It's cold. It's a bit cold in my house. I don't really turn the central heating on because that's how Scrooge and thrifty I am. 1 piece of coal a day. What we use. Try not to use any electricity other than, you know, the computer and all the other electricity that I use. But I hope everyone's doing well. We are we're getting ready for the IAE, which starts in less than 2 hours. I'm gonna chat for about, you know, an hour-ish here, and then have a little bit of lunch, have a bit of a chill, and then bam, we're going to be doing a load of IAE content. So we're going to be covering various ships and the hall today. So typically what we do content-wise is, at the very least, every day we will go and visit the hall, have a look at the store page, talk about everything that's on offer, and yeah, so we'd sort of cover that. But there's going to be loads of new ships that we individually want to do content on. As you can see on the screen at the moment, is the Drake Cutter, the Cloud Imperium announced more officially yesterday. Obviously, there have been a load of leaks and stuff like that. So that's going to be available to buy and fly today. It is a straight-to-flyable new Drake starter ship. We'll talk about this Drake cutter in a bit more detail because I made a video on it last night. And I think that it could be genuinely the best true starter ship. Now, what I mean by that is that it needs to directly compete, price-wise, yeah, with the Aurora and the Mustang Alpha. Because if it's as expensive or more expensive than an Avenger Titan, you might as well just buy an Avenger Titan because it's a better ship. At least in my opinion. So, if you don't mind a ship looking like a Tetris block that you're flying, yeah, a big chonky Tetris block boy, it's sort of maybe a bit malformed, then I love it. I think it looks awesome. So dumb. I really like Drake. I like the no frills aspects of Drake. So, obviously they tried to fit a vehicle in there. Maybe a smaller vehicle would fit better, like a little bike. But it's got a bit of cargo. It's got a couple of, it looks like size 2 pew-pews. It's got a little living space. It is a tiny cutlass is the way they describe it. So, yeah. You think it competes more with like a Nomad, but why at that sort of level, typically I'd go, it's almost always going to be better to, unless under very specific circumstances, to buy an Avenger Titan, right? Avenger Titan, got your cargo space, you've got a pretty good frame for combat and for upgrades, and it looks better. It's like, when did the IAE start? 4 PM UTC, so in about an hour and 45 minutes. And that's when we have the first day, Drake Day of the IAE. Are there CCU upgrades for hull limited ships? Typically not. So typically hull limited ships like the Idris, like the Javelin, like the 890 Jump, like the Hull E, there typically is not CCU upgrades. However, this year could be different. They might do some Warbond CCU upgrades if they fancied it. Basically, the reason they typically don't do the CCU upgrades is because they sell the ships in waves, and they could add a CCU wave to that, an amount of CCUs that could be bought, but sort of bear that in mind. There is likely going to be some Warbond CCU upgrades for other ships, non-limited ships, which might be able to give you a good pathway of getting a more expensive ship a lot cheaper. So sort of bear that in mind. Right. What have we got? Anything exciting question-wise? Bam. Oh, let's go up here. We've got the 600i on the screen at the moment now, so obviously they've done big updates to the 600i, and it's gone through its concept rework, and they're now looking at putting it in production when they've got some time to schedule for it. Pico plushies are in stock this morning. Biggest news. I believe they're on offer as well. They've got a bit of a discount to them as well, haven't they? I will probably grab a Pico plushie in a second. Pico the penguin. Boop. Cool. I will probably grab myself a little Pico plush in a minute. Maybe buy one for Zin. Bloody VAT, $40. Okay. I think we can afford it. Yeah, if you'd like to ask a question during the live stream, question brackets if you can. It allows me to actually pick it out from the crowd. I can see lots of questions here that haven't got that. I will go through it. I will try and read out any questions that I see. Anyone know if game packages will go on sale? It is likely that you will have some discounted starter packages. So things like the Mustang, Aurora, and probably some discount starter packages up to sort of like Arrow level would be my expectation. I would potentially expect to see a Drake Cutter discount package as well, because the Drake Cutter is a new starter ship. We're also expecting to see some cool little skits and things like that. We're not sure if Drax McCleary is going to be appearing at this year's IAE, mainly because there was an in memoriam sort of hinting that he was dead, sort of thing, which I suspect is a bit of a joke. But we'll have to wait and see. Can you stay in the servers when the IAE goes live? Yes. Typically, you can stay in the servers, and when it goes live, you're just about to use the elevator immediately. So sort of, as long as you've got the latest live patch, which is 3.17.4, 3.14.7, I was going to say, 3.17.4, and make sure you've got that latest patch. I need to make sure I've got it, because I was on the PTU yesterday, and I'm not sure if I've got the live build. I don't have the live build for 3.17.4. That would be good to get. I'm planning to log in sort of like maybe 10 minutes before it starts properly. And then just in case there's sort of problems with the servers or whatever, you should hopefully get around it. Have you tried the Corsair? And what's your thoughts and maneuvers that compares to the Mechstar? I have not done a comparative speed and movement test. I like its firepower. It's got a lot of forward-facing firepower. So it's got 6 weapons that face forward. In fact, you can see some footage, my footage of the Drake Corsair now. So it's got those 8 size 2 missiles on that wing, and on the other 2 wings on the other side, it's got 2 size 2 weapons? Question mark? I have some notes on the Drake Corsair. I suspect I have some notes. So it's got, okay, so 4 size 5 weapon mounts on the front, on the nose, and they are size 4 because they're gimbaled. And then you've got 2 size 4 weapon mounts on the wings, which are size 3 weapons because they're gimbaled. So they're all M5As and M6As. So that's a lot of forward-facing firepower, and obviously none of it's ballistic, so you don't have to worry about and it's got a good amount of power to power them, so you can keep on shooting. Then it's got the 2 manned side turrets, and then a remote turret at the rear, all with 2 Badger repeaters, 2 size 2s. I really love the Corsair. I think is beautiful. It is a sort of nice competitor to the Constellation Aquila. I think it's a fantastic mission running ship. It's going to be great for an explorer, but great for just so many other multi-use things. Yeah, nice one-deck ship. Very, very well made. Very cool looking. If you don't like asymmetric ships, you will not like it. But it is a beautiful boy. I think I prefer the Mercury Starrunner, because Mercury Starrunner is bay. It's got corgi legs. Yeah, it doesn't matter. As long as it can land, I don't really care if it's got a tubby little bod. Hey? Don't you ship shame me. Yeah, a lot of people are liking that Corsair. They're digging it for sure. My worry so the Corsair was $215 last time it was on sale, and that actually looks like a pretty good price now. I'm expecting it closer to $250 now that it's released. When now it's about to be released. I'm good. Zin's good. I'm a lot less tired. I suffer a lot throughout the day from tiredness because I don't wear my glasses. I don't really need glasses, but I do because I work on the computer so much, if you see what I mean. So these are good for getting rid of a lot of blue light, and they magnify so I don't get eye strain. That is why I wear glasses, just because of the amount I'm on the computer. Oh, thank you very much for the kind words from everyone. I think there is a worry that the cutter is going to be more expensive than it should be, because yeah, it is competing really with the Mustangs and the Auroras. Shouldn't be competing with the Avenger Titan. If it's like Avenger Titan priced or more expensive, then bah, why am I ever going to buy it? Well, I might buy it in game when the ships are dynamically priced, because I suspect it will be then more appropriately priced, but we don't know. We don't know its cost yet. Hello, hello. Birthday stream, what? It's certainly not my birthday. So, I like this. Obviously, it took only mere moments before the Corsair's OP thread and posting on Spectrum. We had similar reactions to Redeemer last year. Do you think these are healthy? Well, people have to talk about this sort of stuff. What I'd say is, what you want to do is if you really like a ship, yeah, and it becomes flyable, just fly it really badly. Get everyone you know that has got that ship to say, let's just fly bad, let's crash into things, let's be as dumb as possible. Because then when Clan Imperium get the metrics, they'll be like, God damn, this ship needs real overpowering. We need to buff the hell out of this bad boy. So you want to do that, yeah? The Ares Ion, people are aiming too well with it. They're like, pew, pew, pew. You want to get, you want to miss everything now. I bet you anything, there's nothing wrong with the Ares Ion anymore. I bet you anything, it's a fantastic ship. It's just people pretending it's bad. They're missing on purpose. So the ship doesn't get nerfed. Yeah, smart. See? They smart. You guys are dumb. You think you need to nerf a ship. Will they restock the Chairman's Club version of the drink set? I'm gonna. Maybe. But I'm smart with my ships. All the ships that I fly, you'd be like, Bored can barely fly. He's an idiot. And that's just what I want you to think. It's me really getting into the role of making my ships better. But we knew that people were going to just immediately decry the ship, both overpowered and the worst ship ever. Like, it's so broken, it doesn't work, it doesn't do anything, it's lame. And also, it's so overpowered, it needs to be nerfed. Simultaneously. They're just people that have both those views. Obviously not simultaneously, if it's the same person, that would be some pretty damning cognitive dissonance. But there are certainly people that are just polarized one way or another, and will be on every subject. Just because the community's at that size now. Looking good today, Lord. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. I don't really ever make an effort. And today, my effort was putting on a jumper. Yeah. I've got a surprisingly okay-looking body. Okay, for someone that is... I'm a little tubby, but because I'm quite a wide boy, it looks like I've been weightlifting, when I promise you I haven't. I've been food eating. That said, I've started my diet and properly again, and doing pretty well with that diet. Doing pretty well. Except I do drink a lot of coffee with a lot of cream in it. But it's near Christmas, eh? A taxi from Fifth Element or ambulance from Cyberpunk. Also the food truck from Fifth Element. I want them all in game. Put them all in game, please. On the website, the listed ships don't show capital ships, Kraken, etc. on Drake Day. Will they be for sale during the IAE for the respective brands? So there is an FAQ that you've probably missed. They won't show limited ships, except on the FAQ, which I can't find. Right. Boop. Click on the FAQ, which you can find on the RSI website. There is day 1, November 18th, Drake Kraken Warbond store credit is available for in limited number, and the Drake Kraken Privateer again available for Warbond and store credit. So Warbond being fresh money for a discount on the price. They're going to sell those limited ships, such as the Drake Kraken, in 3 waves, and that's going to be at 4 p.m. UTC, midnight UTC, and 8 a.m. UTC on that particular manufacturer day. So today, Drake, tomorrow, Origin. Just bear that in mind. Day 3, the 20th of November, if you want to get an Idris or Javelin, that's when you get them. Obviously, all the other concept sale ships will be available as well, but they're not going to be limited. They're just going to be on sale, and you'll be able to get CCEs for them as well. So, Yeti, you're a beautiful boy. As are any of my other mods that are here that I did not check because I am a monster. I suspect Jay Bird is here. He's normally skulking around. Thank you very much for being here. Very much appreciated. What else have we got? Yeah, apologies. You're seeing my raw footage of me getting shots and stuff of the Kraken. Kraken? Why am I talking about the Corsair? I think a lot of people would be pretty excited if we were looking at the Kraken. Do you think we need more 600i sized multi-role ships? Yeah. I mean, we don't really need any more ships in game at the moment until we have more gameplay. However, they might as well make some ships while they're waiting to put the gameplay in as well. We don't need any more, but they'll want to put a load more in. And there's a lot of holes they can fill, and they don't even need to fill holes anymore. They can just go, let's make an alternative to this ship. And I'm sort of okay with that. I want to see as many varied ships as EVE, and then have the same sort of level of customization that EVE Online has. That would be my dream for Star Citizen. I love outfitting ships. I love customization. I love the idea of modularity in Star Citizen. Steve, thank you very much for resubbing. You do not need to subscribe or donate or give bits or whatever to get your questions read out. You're more than welcome to. If you do donate and add a question to the donation, I will make sure I read that question out immediately and give it all the time in the world. However, just you guys being here and asking questions is content for me, so I will make sure that I actively go through and Jonathan Wassing it, read your questions. It is important to me. Are you going to buy any ships in the IAE? Probably. So I'll get some stuff for giveaways, and some upgrades and some stuff like that. I will see how much certain things are and see what I want to have in my fleet. So I might like the new RSI ship, for example. I might want to grab one of, based on exactly how modular it's going to be. Maybe if there was another type of Pisces, I might. We'll have to wait and see. I want to see these ships in a bit more detail first before I just commit to buying everything. Typically, when new ships become available, Cloud Imperium give me access to them on the PTU, even if it's only for a few days, so I don't need to necessarily buy every ship. I'll buy the ships that I really like, for me, or upgrade some of my ships. I have been weightlifting because I've been eating food. That's correct! Am I wrong? But wasn't the Reclaimer supposed to have a snubbed name the cutter? Yes, that was one of the original things for it. But will the Reclaimer have a bay for the cutter? Or something? No. Just assume that the Reclaimer is not getting a snub. And assume the cutter is sort of an evolution of what it was originally supposed to have that they've now made into a starter ship. But yes, it was originally supposed to have a snub cutter. That said, one day I would expect a snubcraft for utility purposes. For helping with mining, for helping tractor beam stuff, for helping with salvage. So maybe you'll have a cutter in that regard in the future. Any paint you fancy for the Corsair? I want to see them in a bit more detail first. So I like yellow on ships. I like hazard stripes on ships. If they make a ship with yellow and with black and yellow hazard lines, oh yeah, perfect. Is it Iron Hands? What the 40k faction? Iron Warriors, Iron Hands? They like their hazard stripes. Oh. So Star Citizen is free play from 4 PM later today. 4 PM UTC. It should be free to play until the 30th. Can you mod the free fly ships? Typically, rental ships are unmoddable, so you can't customize them. We keep on saying typically, because stuff might have changed. Do you think I can buy the Corsair and the Vulture with store credit today? Yes. You should be able to buy both with store credit today. Between the Liberator and a Perseus, which would you choose? Oh, I love the Perseus. The Liberator is cool if you want that sort of gameplay, if you want to be ferrying ships around, you want to be using it for assaulting areas, you want to be transporting sort of ships and vehicles between systems. But something beautiful about the Perseus being this cool little brawling ship that sort of excites me. There's the RSI website update. What should be on what's on sale when the IAE goes live? Yes. So if you go to the main IAE holding page, you will have all of your IAE needs met there. So, just on the main RSI website, it's the countdown to the IAE you want. So just boop, click on that, and this page should update, I believe, in an hour and a half, to have the Drake sort of ships that are on sale and all that sort of jazz. When will the ship sale start? In about an hour and 26 minutes. Does the world sale mean lower pricing? So it means availability. So the ships are available to purchase. Now, often there are war bonds and war bond sales going on, so you will be able to get stuff cheaper if you use real money, not store credit. There are also discount starter packages available often. So there are some discounts available as well. But it's more, the sale is more meaning availability. Is there any chance of there being a bonus for friend referrals? No. So this time they said there wasn't going to be one. So unless that has changed. Does the Pioneer still come with a land claim? I don't believe so. You'll have to check the Pioneer when you purchase it. It will say in its package whether it comes with a land claim. I don't believe it does come with a land claim. I think they're relatively inexpensive to grab a land claim, but you only need land claims for UEE territory. If you were to go in Pyro, you could just place your base wherever. Do you think multiple mules will fit inside a vulture? Do I think a mule will fit inside a vulture? I don't know. Potentially, actually. I mean, it's pretty small, the mule. Where did you get your screenshot you're using for thumbnail on YouTube? The head-on shot of the Corsair. I made it. I think I took it from this footage that I made. Footage in the background. I actually think that in about 5 minutes you'll see me trying to get that shot. So typically, screenshots that I get are either from me or Haskaha. Haskaha does amazing screenshots in Star Citizen and runs screenshot competitions. He is such a boon to the community. He's a fantastic guy. And thank you very much, Haskaha, for letting me use your screenshots so prolifically as you do. He's an absolute legend. Free money! Willie DePoo! Thank you very much. I like free money. That is very much appreciated. Thank you very much, sir. I will put that to good use. Probably. I'm going to try and minimize my ship spending, although I'm clearly going to buy a few ships. I'm going on holiday at pretty much like on the 27th. On the 27th. So last couple of days of the IAE, and when it's sort of rounding up and ending, I'm going to go on holiday. Me, Zin, her partner, a few of our mates are all going to a Airbnb to play board games, video games, and drink and eat. So really looking forward to that, and it'll be a nice. I think we're having I think it's a week. So there'll be a bit of disruption for the videos after that, but you'll have so much that we've already done. We'd have pumped out. You'll be like, oh, there's so much board game stuff to watch. That's how you'll say it as well. Can I buy the Corsair with Chris Roberts gold colours? That isn't the bottle in question. There'll be some interesting skins available today. Do you think the Connie is going to get a rework? Toilet maybe. I think you'll see a few little tweaks to the Constellation and pretty much all ships as they make them ready for the physical components and the resource management system. Might get some strut work and stuff like that. Does the Pioneer still come with land claims? We talked about that a minute ago. Do you have any grand strategy when buying ships? So, my grand strategy has been typically to purchase things like Banu Merchantman early on, and then hold on to them. And then sort of CCU upgrade them to expensive ships, like the Zeus and stuff, when they become more expensive. So the Banning Merchantmans that I've got, they were $250, $300 when I bought them, and now they're $600. So when you're CCUing, you get the value of the current of your current ship. But during the IAE, obviously, a lot of people haven't done that, and why would you? You have to be doing your 4D chess. There's CCU, Warbond CCU upgrades typically that allow you to do some interesting chaining of ships to get quite a lot of discount. So sort of look out for those. We'll probably talk about them if I see a load. But my grand strategy, I suppose, is get it in game. Buy it in game. Don't spend thousands on ships. Spend a little bit on ships. If you've got a ship of your dreams or you want to start with something a little bit better, cool. Put a little bit of money into Star Citizen. Maybe a little bit more than just a starter package. But you don't need to spend thousands. There's a load of orgs as well with thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars of ships that are unmanned effectively that you could be part of. Do you anticipate Crusader to create a starter data runner since they already are into the data game with the Mech Star Runner? You've got the Herald from Drake. I mean, you might see a sort of multi-role ship. Maybe. It depends on how big they plan the data running gameplay to be and how modular can it be. Can I just change one of my other ships into being able to hold some data through some form of modularity? The medbay, they mentioned the 600i being the same as the Carrack, tier 2. Does that mean it will be, we'll be able to respawn in the 600i? Yes! While tier 2 beds are allowing respawns, you will be able to respawn it in the 600i, like you can respawn in the Carrack. Obviously, that could change in the future. Are you drinking tea or coffee? I'm drinking spiced ginger tea at the moment. I was going to have a coffee, but I thought, I've had a couple of cups already today. I might have another one just before the IAE starts. Oh, yeah, deleting the user folder or at least the shader folder in your user folder can be a pretty good idea. There's lots of shader-based bugs that you can have. What are the very minimum requirements to play Star Citizen? Because I've been very interested lately. That is a very... That's hard to answer. What the actual minimum specs are. Probably 12 gigs of RAM. Minimum, you could play on 8. It just wouldn't be a great experience. You want something like a 980 GeForce and a Gen 2 sort of i7 quad core or i5 quad core at the sort of bare minimum. Like, but you're not going to have a great experience. When 3.18 releases, sort of early to mid-December is the plan. That's got the Gen 12 renderer stuff in it, and that should, although it's unoptimized, it should make CPUs a lot more scalable. So you'll get a lot better performance on lower-end CPUs, is what I'm saying. Yes, so the Cutter and the Corsair are flyable later today. Corsair's going to get nerfed. Oh, God. Upgrading from the Cutter to the Corsair might be an idea. Yeah, so if you want to get lifetime insurance, I suspect the Cutter will be available with lifetime insurance. So maybe buy that. Then you can upgrade that. And it's probably going to be available as a game package as well. So get lifetime insurance on a game package is awesome. Can I post a link for CIG minimum requirements to run Star Citizen? Yes, of course you can. Thank you very much, Star Gideon. Stacks Gideon, in fact. What's the size of the Cutter's guns? It looks like 2 size 2s to me. Do you think we still might get Cutter variants? It's possible. Possible we'd have variants. I mean, they like to have variants for starter ships, don't they? I don't think it needs variants, but Clan Imperium like to have variants for some reason. I mean, to be honest, starter ship-wise, yeah, I'd be fine with there were just one Aurora, one Mustang, and one cutter. I'd probably be alright with one 100 series ship as well. Like, I don't think they need the variants at that sort of level. Yeah, so a lot of people were like, see, 8 gigs of RAM is unplayable. It's not. You can run Star Citizen with 8 gigs of RAM. It's, I mean, I'd find it unplayable, but he was asking for the bare minimum requirements. Which is a hard question to answer because it go, okay, what frame rate are you looking to achieve? Does it have to be at least 20? Because, yeah, 32 gigs of RAM is my recommendation. Do you think we'll ever get cool capes? I think we'll see capes eventually, yes. And there'll probably be capes that we can attach to armor. That'd be my expectation. What's available with lifetime insurance during the IAE? So anything that is entirely newly flyable and announced. For the anything that's first time on sale. Also anything that's over $1,000. Typically have lifetime insurance. So yeah, anything that it's its first time on sale. So the cutter should have lifetime insurance. Although typically that will only be if you buy a war bond. The Corsair won't, for example. And anything that's over $1,000 does. So capital ships typically. And a package that has a ship that is newly sold. That will also have lifetime insurance on everything, I believe. What happens to your account and fleet if you melt your game package to purchase another? So your fleet and everything, your count and fleet should remain unchanged. You just lose access to the game until you get a game package again. That said, I believe if you are concierge, so spent over $1,000, I believe you get access to the game just included. You have a account pack, I believe you have a game package which isn't part of a ship. There's lots of people, like some of my friends, where melting their last game package and be like, why have I lost access to the game? I've got $3,000 of ships. You're up, Toast. You're right, mate. If the Drake cutter is around Nomad prices, would you think the Nomad would be a better starter? I reckon that the Avenger Titan would be a better starter, eh? As soon as you're moving into that sort of level, it's just Avenger Titan all the way for me. The fuel cap on the Corsair seems low to me for an Explorer ship. Will it be getting increased or staying at 5k? Expect them to tweak stuff if it doesn't make sense. I have not tested it enough to know. Where is the UEC from the referral program meant to be used? So it will be added to your account eventually. I think you get it when they do resets. You start with it. Other than that, you'll start when the game goes live with it. Do you think that CIG will ever run another community contest to design a ship for us? They've got such a big sort of dev team now. They might do that for the initial concepting of a ship. Maybe in the game in the future. Do you think the Corsair rivals the Constellation Andromeda in terms of firepower? Yeah. There's a huge amount of forward-facing firepower on the Corsair. It's got a lot of power. It's got a lot of pew-pew. 6 forward-facing guns. And then you've got the rear remote turret. And you've got the 2 manned side turrets. So that's 6 forward-facing and then another 6 guns across the ship. Yeah, the Wrath of the Hazard paint looks great. I really like it. I wish they had that sort of paint for all the ships. It's possible that we will get some more variants of the cutter. They have not announced them, though. Do you think we'll get some gameplay for the Vulture coming relatively soon? So next week in Inside Star Citizen, they might decide to show us a bit of mining stuff, or they might keep it to ship updates and stuff like that, and then wait until 3.18's closer, so maybe the week after, and then show off some of the Vulture and stuff. Erasmus. Oh, it is Erasmus, isn't it? Yeah. Thank you very much for the donation. Keep up the great work. I look forward to your IAE daily summaries. I hope Zin comes along. Yeah, we'll see if Zin is available. She may be working on some lore videos and getting some footage. Obviously, she's sort of planning away, trying to get stuff ready for when we're on holiday as well. Does the Herald not count as a starship? It is not counted as a starship. It may be the entry level into data running, but it is not counted as a starter ship. What do you think about the Miradev ships with off-center VTOL thrust? Drake mini thrusters on the Cuddy and Corsair aren't convincing me. That might see tweaks and stuff in the future. Almost certainly will. Do you think we'll see the Misk Expanse for purchase? Yes, you should see the Misk Expanse for purchase on Misk Day. Will we ever get a multi-pass? Indeed. Samieli, you beautiful boy. What else have we got here? So this has been asked. I was told there's a free couple of weeks. So later today, from 4 PM UTC, you should be able to access Star Citizen for free. Get into the IAE. Just have to have a Star Citizen account. You don't need to have purchased anything at all. Yeah, so it's an hour and 10 minutes, and that's likely when you'll be able to get access in an hour and 10 minutes. And then until the 30th of November. Can you do Samieti? Can Samieti do a Wookiee war for the next Nordchill? Is he good at doing a Wookiee war? I can probably do Predator. Is that what Wookiees sound like? Right? I can't really remember. Yeah, there's a load of... So, what we're getting later today is Drake Day for the IAE. So, the Expo Hall opens up at New Babbage. It's the Tobin Expo Centre. There's signs posted. It's at Microtech. You just go on the train. It's clearly signposted. Can't miss it. Go there, go in an elevator, down into the Expo Hall, load of Drake ships that you'll be able to rent and try for a 24-hour period. And there'll be all the Drake ships on sale on the RSI website. There'll be some cool stuff in the Holosuite underneath. The Corsair will be flyable and rentable from the Expo Hall. The new Drake Cutter starter ship will also be there. Could see some other stuff too. Yeah. And obviously 3.17.4 is out to live now. So download that if you haven't already. What else have we got here? What do you think the purpose of the Corsair's elevator is going to the roof of the ship is? That's a good question. Don't really know. Nice observation. As because it's an exploration ship, it just gives you better observation. Yeah? Go on the top of your ship and have a look around. It's a nice feature of an exploration ship, right? Also, it makes it much better to defend it from ground forces. Because you don't have to then go out of an elevator at the bottom. Yeah? So it's much more of a fortress. If the Drake colour is around Nomad prices, would you think the Nomad would be a better style? I've talked about that. Getting to the point where we're starting to compare it with the Avenger Titan, you see, and the Avenger Titan is just a superior ship. Do I have 3 Pisces? Do I get 3 best in show skins for it? I believe so, yes. Is the medical Pisces officially confirmed? Not officially. I mean, it's pretty much confirmed, but it's not officially confirmed. Can I trade my Mustang package for a cutter package? I did it with the Aurora before. So if it is more expensive, you'll be able to CCU up to it for the CCU price. So if it's like $5 more expensive, then yes. If it's the same price, then you'll have to melt your package and then buy the new one. Just make sure you're not losing anything you don't want to lose, because when you melt a package, you nuke all its contents. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing the paints and stuff. Some of the stuff looks cool, but eventually we're going to be able to customize our ship with paints in-game much more freely. So I'm sort of looking forward to that customization rather than the current buying skins customization. I'm not particularly bothered by off-center VTOLs, really, just because Star Citizen has so many other things that annoy me. I love and annoy me simultaneously. What else have we got here? If I upgrade a ship, contained it in a game package, you retain access. Yes. So you keep anything that's in a package when you upgrade the hull. So if you're upgrading a ship, you just change the hull of the ship and you keep everything else in that game package. Unless it's a Warbond CCU, which gives you something extra. And sometimes it adds something to your package in addition to the hull. I'm not a massive fan of the black and red skins, to be honest. I trade my Mustang package for a color package. Yeah, we talked about that. What are your thoughts on the RSI Galaxy? I heard it may be modular. Know anything about that or want to speculate about it? So, Clive Imperium made a statement about the Cutter and the Galaxy, basically saying, look, the leaks that you've heard may not necessarily be accurate. But then there were some data mined leaks from 3.17.4 which looked a lot more accurate. It does appear that the RSI Galaxy is going to be a concept ship that should potentially go on sale during the IAE, and it's going to be a pretty modular, larger than Constellation size ship. That's what it looks like. Take that with a big grain of salt. And it looked like it could be used for like various utility work and medical gameplay and cargo and things like that. Very modular was one of the things that it's going to be focusing on. Alien fauna in the future? Yes. Flora and fauna. They're working on lots and lots of plants and lots of alien animals. Do you have any idea when they might decide to start actually start working on allowing players to design their own paint schemes? Nope. Don't know. After physicalized components and the damage system has been implemented, but don't know how long after. Will I be able to deform and reform my hull to design my own art on the hulls of ships I sketch? I want to sketch my ships, especially the big ones. Sketch therapy, you've broken my brain with whatever that was supposed to mean. I love you, though. SM, any word on the Best in Show paint drops, or is it second to last day? So, I believe it's on the 27th? The 28th, they're dropping. Bear with me 1 second, and I'll tell you. Yes, should be on the 27th. November 27th is when you're getting the Best in Show paint skins, paints. If you have any of the appropriate ships, which are the Scorpius, the Mercury Star Runner, the Pisces, and the Carrack. Boom. Brain. Big brains here. Do you think we'll see the SRV? We'll see it on sale. I do think Cloud Imperium are working on tractor beams. So it's possible we'll see an update within the next couple of weeks. Or do you need a countdown widget? I mean, we can just go to this page. Starting in 1 hour and 2 minutes. They've got a countdown widget. Like put it central to the screen. Put it up there. No countdown widget for you. Oh, now you've got the soon screen. See? You wanted some more stuff, and now you got less. Well, I hope you're happy. Yeah, so the Corsair looks like it's got 72 SCU. See if that changes at all. IAE starts in 1 hour. Yeah, Halloween skins are for 3.18. That's when they'll be in the game. Any referral prizes during the IAE? I do not believe so. They said no. There wasn't any plans to have any this time. But that could change. When you repair it, it removes the paint, right? So if you remove and reapply hull material, it makes the ships into a blank canvas, right? So, yeah, but when you went back to a station and had your ship repaired properly, it would revert to the original paint. I do like the idea of it just being able to draw into your hull, though. And hopefully you'll be able to have beautiful customization and freeform, silly things that you can do with your ships and paints. That would be awesome. Being a master of information you are, just to reply yes or no, are there any more new ships surprise people with this IE? Yeah, I mean there's at least 4 ships that are available, either flyable or newly announced at this IE. There might be more. There's 4 that I know. Obviously, the Corsair and the Cutter are 2 of them. So I have a Verbal Constellation Delta HOTAS, which I love. But for the most part, I use mouse and keyboard just because it's easier. And I flick between camera angles and stuff, and I'm doing a lot of content creation. Do you know if you can get the Corsair upgrade today? Yes, you should be able to upgrade to the Corsair today, yes, with the CCU. Do not know how much the Corsair is going up by in value, though, today. The IAE should not be live right now. It should be an hour away. As far as I'm aware. "59 minutes" is what it says. Unless they've accidentally released something, which is possible. No, that's all good. It was worth checking, even if people are just trolling. Thoughts on Warbond CCU posts where there will be special CCUs on last day? Question mark. So, will there be Warbond CCUs available? Yes. Check back each day throughout the expo to see what's available. Each Warbond CCU daily deal will run for 24 hours only. However, this year's finale on the 27th at 4 PM UTC to the 30th, 8 PM UTC, will include a fresh and new Warbond CCU, or CCUs, that will feature only at this time for select manufacturers, replacing the prior daily deal ones. Okay. So, check back every day and check back at the end. What do I think of that? I think that's potentially a good way of training up to get a more expensive ship, or get the ship of your dreams a bit cheaper. But remember, you can buy everything in-game, or at least eventually we'll be able to. You won't be able to buy the Corsair in-game immediately. It will be available in like 3.19. So it's typically around a 3-month exclusivity window. Sometimes it's 2 quarters, so bear that in mind. You're looking forward to the Liberator? Yeah, I think there's so many ships in game that will bring so much awesome gameplay, eh? Yeah, when I logged on yesterday to get Corsair footage, there were just Corsairs everywhere around Microtech, just flying around. I would say it was cool to see. It was a bit fun and a bit silly. I think that's why I play Star Citizen at the moment. It's sort of like for the silliness and the fun and the wow aspect. But the dream is when the game is more complete, I'll be playing it for the social experience. Like, I am a very social co-op gamer. The Corsair was concept with the 72 SCU. Was there so much chat about? Is this going to change? Well, we'll see what happens. Because people want to know what's the confirmed 100% is the static cargo of the Corsair. And yeah. People are just curious. BG, you have over 600 viewers combined right now. Pretty cool. Well, thank you. I am pretty cool. Thanks, Samiani. I appreciate the love. Thank you very much for everyone being here. If you'd like to ask a question in brackets, we'll go for a little bit longer as there are so many people. So, IAE, starting in about an hour. We've got Drake Day, we've got the Drake Cutter, we've got the Corsair, and then a load of other Drake ships. But the Cutter and the Corsair are basically newly flyable today. We might see some variants of the Cutter, maybe. We're obviously going to have the Kraken and the Privateer available in limited waves. So 4 p.m. UTC, if you want to grab a Kraken or a Privateer, that's your time to do it. And let me just check to make sure that everyone has access to that. And it's not just, because it might just be for Concierge. Will there be quantity stock limited ships? Yes. Each stock limited ship is limited to 1 per account and will be available in 3 waves to cover as many global time zones as possible. Cool. It doesn't say that they're only available to Concierge, so it should be available to everyone. It is a pre-fly as well. Pre-fly starts in hours, as far as I'm aware. So people can try the game for free. But make sure you spawn at Microtech, New Babbage, or travel there now, and set the medical facility there as your spawny point. That would be my suggestion, because you are going to be at New Babbage a lot, because every 24 hours at 4 p.m. UTC, every day, there is a new manufacturer in that expo hall, and you will be able to rent all those ships there, be able to go and explore them, and there's obviously mirrored sales on the RSI website. And as soon as you're at Microtech, at New Babbage, you will be able to easily find the Tobin Expo Hall, because it is clearly signposted, like super clearly signposted. What are your thoughts about the auxiliary attachment point on the top back of the Corsair? What type of future options do you think they have planned? I have no idea. They've not talked about that. Obviously, the top back remote turret, I think is cool, but timer shows 0 now, does it? It should be in an hour. So for example, let me show you. This is what it's saying for me. 4 p.m. UTC. It's currently 3 p.m. UTC. And obviously you can go to the RSI website. You can just refresh the page to see if there's anything major going on. Not Drake Day yet. Drake Day in 54 minutes. It could be based on your computer clock or something, or maybe it's just derping with you. Indeed, weird. I mean, the website is pretty spaghetti code, though, so... how many Corsairs will be available? An infinite amount! So you should be able to buy as many as you want. They're not locked, the Corsairs. Don't know how much they've gone up in price. They were $215 last time they were on sale, so they might have gone up to maybe $245, $250. We don't know, but they are not going to be. They're not going to be limited. Is 3.18 in Evil Cotty? I believe 3.18 is currently in Evil Cotty testing. Yes. I lost access to a Star Citizen account worth around 1,000. You should be able to get customers, and I don't know the context of that. I don't know the reasons behind that. Customer service, as long as it's all above board, should be able to help you get that back. Unless, obviously, you did something weird. I was on a friend's Corsair last night. We had the ship fully crewed, and I got to say, I was impressed. Even when I got to pilot it back to a station and realised how it fights your control. Yeah, it's a bit heavy, eh? A bit floaty and a bit heavy. I mean, it's a Drake ship. I want it sort of powerful in a straight line. I don't care if it's too manoeuvrable. It's very, very powerful forward-facing guns, so it's going to be pretty good for a mission-running ship, and it's got some good coverage with turrets as well. And their weapons are gimbaled. So yeah, you don't. The server won't restart or anything when it goes live, and now it will just you can be in the game, and then you should be able to just use the elevators. Obviously, there could be bugs, there could be problems, but hopefully everything will go smoothly. Do the $1,000 plus dollar hulls limited ships come with lifetime insurance? Yes, I believe so. Typically, ships that cost $1,000 or more come with lifetime insurance. Or do you think they're nerf the Corsair? I think it's irrelevant whether they do or don't, because it will be balanced to what it's supposed to be in the future anyway. Once we have physical components, once we have the system, the energy, the resource management system. Also, I don't think the Corsair is particularly overpowered. I haven't done too much of combat testing with it. I've just flown it around a little bit and PvP'd a bit. Will we ever see a parked Kraken if Drake are sponsoring an event? Yeah, in the future, for sure. I think the Kraken is something they will want to get into the game ASAP, because it makes great content for pirate bases and areas that sort of spawn ships and that sort of stuff. Does the Carrack Expedition? Does the Carrack Expedition come with the Pisces? I believe so. I believe it comes with the Pisces Expedition. I believe you'll get a paint for both. Does it come with it? I think it came with it as standard? Question mark? You'll have to check the package. It will tell you. Yeah, IAE is at Microtech New Babbage in the Tobin Expo Hall. Right, any other questions? I hope it's less than $100. So, the cutter's a problem, okay? So, the Drake Cutter, new start ship that's going to be available today. It's pretty basic, but it looks pretty cool. Now, if it is more than, if it's 55 or more dollar standalone, if it's a package that's more expensive than, like, $55, yeah, then it's basically direct competing with an Avenger Titan, and the Avenger Titan is better. Okay? Like, probably not in every circumstance, but in most circumstances, it is just a better ship, the Avenger Titan, and it's better in combat, it's more upgradable, it's an awesome ship, the Avenger Titan. So, it needs to be competing, price-wise, with the Mustang Alpha and the Aurora MR, right? Just sort of go logically with me here. And I hope it does, because otherwise I'm going to be having a bit of a rant about it. I'll have a minimal rant about it, because at the end of the day, it's toy spaceships and graphics in space. It's the problem is that I quite like the cutter, and I like the idea of having it as my starter ships on my accounts and doing 0 to hero with it. But if it costs too much, then I'll just be like, come on, CIG, get your prices right. So yeah, do you know if the rumours about the medical C8 are true? I would expect a medical C8R during the IAE. Do you think it is a good buy for someone that already has a Cutlass Black in the hangar? Probably not, Vape Tracer. Basically, the cutter is just a small one-person Cutlass, and you can run a Cutlass one-person, and it's just a better ship. Strata isn't real life. Sorry, Sketch Therapy, I love you. If it's a starter ship, it should be in line with the other two starter ships. Yeah, but Cloud Imperium often do the thing where they go, it's a second-tier starter ship. Or something bullshit like that. But the Reliance, I don't like the Reliance. But they're supposed to be second-tier starters, which puts them in a category of, what? Well, I'm going to skip that for an Avenger Titan. Do you reckon there will be a big difference in price between the C8X and the C8R? I don't know. Not necessarily, because it's taking its bay up with a tier 3 medical bed. So, little tiny ambulance. $20 more? I don't really know. It's hard to tell with Cloud Imperium. Sometimes they're really reasonable with pricing, and sometimes they're not. They do like to release a solid lifetime insurance token or two during the IAEs as well, because obviously people buy a load of them and then they upgrade their ships during the IAE. They're gonna break over $100 million funded this year during the IAE, if they haven't already. But yeah, I'm expecting like $120 million funding this year. 110 or $120 million funding this year. Like, that's ridiculous. Are there still lifetime insurance game packages? Yeah, so anything that's newly sold today, so the Drake Cutter will have War Bond lifetime insurance available for it. And then anything else that's newly sold, so the Corsair, for example, is not newly sold. It's newly flyable today, but it's been previously sold. So that won't have lifetime insurance packages available for it today. Well, it probably won't. Anything that's got $1,000 or more in value as well typically comes with lifetime insurance. I hear the Kraken. It's a 3rd tier starter, guys. Yeah. Yeah, I liked the little cutter with the... So it's got the little armoured windows that can flick up. Boop. Caterpillar owners should get a cutter as a loaner until we can detach the command module. I'm sorry, that wasn't a question. It does look a bit like the command module, eh? If the Drake Cutter exists, that means the OG Reclaimer owners finally get confirmation that Aegis Cutter was Thanos snapped. Yeah, I mean, it was originally thought they were going to have a little cutter ship with it, but it doesn't have one now. Deal with it. Can you fit a mule in the cutter or PTV? I have not tried. I suppose we'll find out later today. I don't know. Zin's really looking forward to... She likes the medical ship, so yeah, anything new medical ship she'll probably be interested in. But I think she wants an Apollo more than anything else. Caterpillar, that's what we talked about a minute ago. Any other questions? Do we have any other questions? Question, what's the point of armoured windows if glass used on ships is supposed to be strongest part of the ship? Question mark. I don't know. In the future, when we actually have physicalized damage, it will make a difference. Just additional armor, eh? But yeah, there should be more windscreens go up to protect you. Just a thicker windscreen. Do you think the Kraken Privateer is worth the price? No, God, no. I mean, loads of these ships are incredibly expensive. You will be able to get this stuff in-game as well. But it's not worth the price. But obviously some people love it and they want to buy it. I think the round table starts at 4 PM UTC as well. So I think the round table starts in 45 minutes. They've got the expo starting in 45 minutes. Everything's starting in about 45 minutes. Now, in a second, I'm going to go off and get my lunch. And then I'm going to go to the IAE myself. And I'm going to make a video. That's the plan for today. I will send in your best regards. Yes, of course I will. When they're going to add rappelling with ropes. So potentially you'll have some stuff like this in the future. Let's see what happens. Like, there's a few things like that they potentially could do. I think that it would be a good time just to clarify, if you have a game package with multiple insurances, say 3 months and lifetime, what applies to the whole game package? What? So if you have a game package that has multiple insurances in it, it'll be whatever the biggest amount of insurance is, unless there's a bug. If you've got 3 months, 3 months, 3 months, 3 months, and lifetime insurance, for some reason, it should just say lifetime insurance. And you could probably ask Cloud Imperium to sort it out. I know you're a Javelin owner. I am. Do you know if we'll be able to buy one in the game? You should be able to buy Javelins in the game eventually, yes. Both for players and for ridiculous costs in-game. Do you think the Aurora Mustang will receive an overhaul to bring them in line? So they'll definitely see some light rework stuff because they need to be brought up to gold standard with the resource management and physicalized component systems. Will EVA movement rework apply underwater? Well, they're going to do a underwater gameplay stuff, so no, but eventually we'll have underwater gameplay separate to that. What content do you expect in a potential 3.19? I think we're going to go straight to 4.0 at the moment now. It's possible they could do a 3.19 as a big sort of maybe not a huge amount of new content, but more missions, more polish, more evolution and optimization of a load of the systems. There's a lot of in-game stuff they could tweak as if it was a live game rather than adding new content, new sort of mechanics, if you see what I mean. Probably some new ships and stuff. Did Drake seriously expect to get the military contract that ship with a ship that has no eject? Yeah, so the Cutlass was originally a military a ship that they had put in for military contract, which they didn't get. So then they released it to sort of like the public. That's the in-law. What starts in 45 minutes? The Intergalactic Aerospace Expo. So you'll be able to go to the Tobin Expo Centre, be able to see all the new ships, the Drake stuff. You'll be able to buy a load of Drake stuff on the website. The Intergalactic Aerospace Expo starts real soon. And I think a some form of starts as an Livey boy. 4.0 is supposed to be Pyro, yes. Pyro, server meshing, and jump points. And lots of other stuff as well, but... What do I think the cost of colour should be as a package? I would hope no more than $55, $50, right? Otherwise, it's starting to compete with the Avenger Titan, and as I said, I think the Avenger Titan's just better. Do you think we'll see a medical info or passenger variant of the Hercules? We might see some modular abilities for the ship in the future, potentially. I mean, in like 10 years, I expect we'll be able to have lots of different weird modularity for capital ships and be able to build space stations and things like that. Do you know what I mean? They're going to keep on developing this game after its release. Does Redeem or Corsair have more firepower for a 3 to 4 person crew? I think the Redeemer has more firepower, I think, right? I'd have to compare them properly. The Corsair's very missiles are pretty underwhelming. Did they say if the war bonds will change at the finale? So the statement's weird with the war bonds. So let me read you it out again before we go. In the FAQ, will war bond CCUs be available? Yes. Check back each day throughout the expo to see what's available. Each Warbond CCU daily deal will run for 24 hours only. However, this year's finale on the 27th, starting at 4 PM, going on till the 30th at 8 PM, will include a refresh. So, refresh, that sounds like what is currently there, what was previously there, will be back on sale, with new Warbond CCUs that will feature only at this time for selected manufacturers. So, you might not get exactly the same deals, might not refresh all of them, replacing the prior daily deal ones. A bit vague. It's a bit vague. Some people will be like, no, it's not vague at all. To me, it's vague. That doesn't say that all of the same ones will be there. A refresh implies that it will, but doesn't explicitly say that. And it says that will feature with new Warbond CCUs that will feature only at this time. So it sounds like there's also going to be new ones, different ones. So free flight starts today at 4 PM UTC. It should. So in 40 minutes, and then runs until the 30th of November, potentially at 8 PM is when it will end. Do you think they will do a E2 Crusader before the Genesis to be consistent with the lineup? We could see a Crusader 2 series though. E2 maybe see that. No. I don't think we'll see that with the Hercules. Running it through that was my thought process. You saw it all there. It was a roller coaster, eh? Willie the Pooh, thank you very much for the donation. Much appreciated. Have some more free money, Bored, for being a cornerstone of the Star Citizen community and for all your hard work and you and your team do. Much love. Oh, if people are interested in getting Tobii eye trackers, they're 15% off at the moment. You can go to tobii.gg, Tobii.gg, so tobii.gg/BoredGamer to get discounts until 4 p.m. today. So you've got 40 minutes if you desperately want one. 15% off if you are interested. Do not worry if you're not. And there will probably be more deals in the future. Thought people might want to know. What's for lunch? I don't know. I go down. I've got quite a lot of food in the fridge. Probably something relatively healthy. I've got quite a lot of like 3-bean salads and things like that, which I'll probably be munching on with some chicken, something like that. Something pretty simple. Right. I am going to dash off in a second. I'm just going to have a quick look to see if there's any compelling questions that I can quickly answer. Are you hoping to see Star Atlas succeed? I don't think it's going to succeed after the FTX crash. I do think that it was poorly. I wanted it to succeed. I have no ill will against it. I do think that it was sort of looked at Star Citizen, from my perspective, it looked at Star Citizen and tried to copy it and didn't have the same sort of goals, which was to make an amazing game. It was to make this sort of metaverse platform slash metaverse is the wrong way. It was to make a successful crypto game. That was the sort of goal rather than to make an amazing game, which is what Star Citizen and Chris Roberts wants to do. So maybe they're coming at it from different sort of points of view, whatever. But I given no ill will, I just don't think it will succeed, especially now. I think it applied. I think it sort of appealed more to gamer investors than it did sort of people that are excited about the sort of money-making aspect than it did to gamers, in my opinion. Sort of more the hybrid. What are your thoughts on a new large RSI ship jumping ahead of older concepts like the Perseus? See what happens. Some of them are going to make sense for them to do earlier than others. I don't really mind if they move stuff around. As long as they're making more ships and releasing them to flyable than they are coming up with new concept ships every year, I'm okay. So they need to be releasing more than they're concepting. What do I need to do to look as fabulous as you? Get really stressed. Get approaching your 40s. Go bald. Don't really look after your personal hygiene very well. Get a bit tubby. Eat a bit too much, and then wear a turtleneck and glasses. We don't know necessarily that the RSI Galaxy is going to be fast tracked, but it might be. I'm glad people are enjoying their Tobii eye trackers. That is good to know, because obviously I very much shill for them. Not as much as I do for NordVPN, but did they? That's what we talked about already. Right. Anything else? No, I think that's pretty good. I'm going to find someone to stream in a second. I'm going to push you over to someone else. But I love you guys. Thank you so much. And thank you very much for all the donations and the subs. So donations and subs, so people that use the join button under my videos, that genuinely really helps the channel. Donations and becoming a Patreon or subbing on Twitch or whatever, genuinely all helps. And that money goes into getting us new hardware and keeping the channel going. But I know money's tight for people at the moment as well. And honestly, people just sharing, subscribing, coming to these sort of live streams, asking questions really helps. That's all I really want from people. The money, fantastic, amazing. Thank you very much for going the extra mile. You do not need to do that. I would much rather people go not give me money if it's going to cause them stress. I really want to make that out there. Keep your own money for yourself for the most part. Don't give it to some dumb tubby YouTuber like me. We can. I mean, I'm not your dad. Yes. Go and enjoy the IAE. Starts in about 35 minutes. And we'll be having a video going up pretty soon after that goes live, the IAE. Because we'll go around the expo hall. We'll talk all about it. We'll have a bit of a discovery. And we'll talk about all the stuff that's on sale. And then maybe we'll have some separate videos on the Corsair and Carter. Probably, maybe. We'll have to wait and see. Right. Love you guys. Actually, let's find someone to push you over to suggest who is actually streaming at the moment. I'm going to chuck you over. Anna's streaming, but I think that Super Mac Brothers will cover the IAE in a bit more nerdy detail. So I'm going to chuck you over to him. I do love Anna. People want Anna over. What do you want? Do you want Anna? Do you want Super Mac Brothers? So you can choose. I'll allow you to choose. No, thank you very much for watching, genuinely. Or when we get to see more Winston Churchill. You should typically get some very dumb voices from me. I'm gonna chuck up to Super Mac Brothers, but mainly because me and SMB, we got to stick together. Like the streamers like Anna that are just better than us, they're gonna take all our views away. Don't tell him I said that. God, you're great. We're great. We're great. Right. Bam. Thank you very much for watching. Genuinely appreciated. Love you loads, guys. Hope you have a great IAE. We'll be covering it every day up until the 27th, and then I'm going on holiday. So thank you very much, and keep on rocking. Love you loads, and I'll see you soon. Peace. I need to press the stop streaming button. I can't find it. Actually, I will also... Oh, thank you very much, Sketch Therapy. Thank you very much for my mods as well for being here, you beautiful boys. Sammy Eddie, Sketch Therapy, probably JPad. I don't know. I didn't see you, but